So we've looked at how Blackboard works at Missouri State, and then we checked out the Global Navigation Menu suite of tools. Now let's take a look at how we make some basic changes to Blackboard, and then get started by adding some new content. The first thing we want to do is learn how to change the look of your course. It's a nice way to add a little personality to your course and can help you stay organized by color-coding your classes. Scroll down to the Course Management menu and select the Customization link. Then, click Teaching Style. Scroll to the middle of the page and you'll see the Select Menu Style section. Here is a preview of what your current course menu looks like. But you can change the background and text colors using these color menus. The preview box above will show you what your selection will look like. Please keep in mind that the default color scheme is an accessible design with high contrast, making it easier for more people to clearly see and interact with the menu. When changing the colors of your course menu, there should be high contrast between the background color and the text color. Here's a tip. Even though it gives you the buttons option on the menu style section, your course menu will always use text links and not buttons. Another quirk is that if you use section headings, like the student resource heading shown here, they will always be white regardless of the text color you choose for the rest of the menu. To add items to your course menu, use the small plus sign to select from the various menu options. The first option is for a content area. This is the most commonly used menu item. Content areas are where you can upload documents, embed media, create assignments, and more. You might see some default content areas already on your course menu, such as announcements or syllabus. You can use these or choose to create your own content areas. The second most common course menu item is called a tool link. This option lets you create links to Blackboard tools like journals, blogs, wikis, announcements, contacts, and more. If you want your students to use or have access to any of those tools, you'll need to create a tool link for it on your course menu. Next, let's look at how to edit or delete items on your course menu. The course menu is the area on the left side of the screen above the control panel. As we mentioned in the first video, to move the links, point your cursor to the left of its name. To edit or delete a link, look to the right for a drop-down menu. You can rename, hide, or delete the links with this menu. This is going to come in handy a lot while using Blackboard, and it might be on the quiz. To enter the link, just click on its name. When you enter your course, it's likely that the first page you'll land on is the announcements screen. This is also the first screen that your students will land on, so learning how to create an announcement probably couldn't hurt, right? If you don't already have an announcements page, you can create a tool link on your course menu by pointing to the plus sign and selecting Tool Link. Name the link Announcements or something similar. Select the announcement tool from the Type menu, then check the box to make it available to your users. It will be added to the bottom of the course menu, so let's drag it to the top so that it's the first thing that students see. Click the link to go to the Announcements page. To create a course announcement, start by clicking on the Create Announcement button. The setup is similar to an email. Next, enter a title for the announcement. After you've done that, let's enter a message. After you've got the body done, you've got some options. The default is to not date restrict the announcement. You can choose to date restrict the announcement if you would like. Since you'll be seeing date restrictions pretty regularly in Blackboard, let's talk about them for just a moment. If you set a date and time for display after or anything else with date restrictions in Blackboard, the announcement will only appear to the students after the date and time you've selected. Similarly, if you set a display until date at the date and time you selected, the content will no longer display to your students. This is not a due date, just a limit to access. Date restrictions will not limit you, as the instructor, from accessing the content at any time. It's just for the students. A note of caution. Blackboard treats midnight as 12 a.m., so you'll want to choose 11:59 p.m. or the end-of-day option to keep an item available throughout the entire day. This brings us to another great Blackboard tip. If you get emails and reports from students that they cannot see an item, check to ensure that the availability and date restrictions are set appropriately for what you've just created. Next, you'll see the email announcement option. If you select this, a copy of the announcement you just created will be emailed to all students in the course immediately. Remember the date restriction we just talked about? It will ignore them completely and send the email right when you submit the announcement. Just be aware of this, as if you intend an announcement to be limited to a certain time, emailing it will negate that effect. After you've set your announcement the way you want it, it's time to submit. Submit is essentially the Save button in Blackboard. You'll see it quite a bit. Once you've clicked the Submit, the announcement is saved and displayed on the announcement page for your students to see, unless you date restricted it, that is. This is what an announcement looks like on your announcement page. Now that we've created an announcement, let's look at creating a contact page. The first step to creating a contact page is adding a link to it on your course menu. To do this, we'll hover our mouse over the plus button in the top left corner of the course menu, and then select Tool Link again. Enter a name for the link to your contact page, such as Instructor Information or Contact Information. After you've decided on a name, select Contacts from the drop-down list of tool types. Go ahead and make this link available to users. If you don't, your students won't be able to see the contact page. Click Submit. Once you've created the contact tool, it'll show up on the bottom of your course menu. Want to move it up? Move your mouse to the left of the link title until you see an up-down arrow that will turn into two arrows pointing in opposite directions. This will allow you to move your link anywhere in your course menu. Do you need to make changes to a link in your course menu? Look to the left and select the drop-down arrow to the right of the link to edit the link name, show or hide the link from students, or delete the link. Click on the tool link to enter it. This is where it will set up your contact. Click the Create Contact button, and this will bring you to the Create Contact screen. Fill out the pertinent information like so. Under Options, you can choose to make the profile available. You should select Yes if you'd like people to see it. You can also attach a picture to your profile. What better way to put a face with a name, right? If you'd like to add an image, it's best to have a photo that's been cropped into a square. 150 by 150 pixels if you're able. If you utilize social media such as Facebook, you can use a profile picture from it for this purpose. You're also able to add a personal link at this step. So if you've got a site you'd like to send students to, enter it here. Click Submit, and your profile is created. Looks good, doesn't it? Now, let's learn how to upload a file, like your syllabus. Click on a link on your course menu where you'd like your students to find the syllabus, such as the information link, or create a new content area by selecting the plus sign and content area. Give the link a name. We'll name it Syllabus and Schedule for this example and make it available to users. Once you're on the page where you'd like to upload your syllabus, hover over Build Content and then select File. From here, you have to enter a name for the file. We'll go with something simple like syllabus. You can also choose to change the color of the text with the following box. Next, you'll have to upload the file, so click Browse My Computer and select your file from wherever you've got it saved on your computer. If you choose to browse Content Collection instead, you'll be able to select files that are already uploaded to Blackboard in your content collection. You'll learn more about this feature in the Green Belt course. Under File Options, you can leave both on No. Standard options include whether or not users can see the item, if you'd like to track number of views, and date restrictions, which we discussed earlier. A little tip: by choosing to track the number of views, it will make it a little easier to pull statistics for certain items. But Blackboard tracks activity regardless of this setting. Now we are ready to click Submit to upload the syllabus. Great job! Another option when adding documents to your course is to create an item instead of a file. The difference between the two being that with an item you have a text box to add a description, instructions, or any other content to accompany the document you upload. Click Item from the Build Content menu to get started. Enter a name for the item and any text you might want to include in this box. This is called the Content Editor. Then click Browse My Computer or Browse Content Collection to upload your file. You can also drag and drop the file from your computer to the area within the dotted lines. If the file isn't saved on your computer, you can also upload files from cloud storage locations like your OneDrive for Business account provided by the university. Once you have attached the file, you can choose to change the name of the file here. And as the file is an image, such as a JPEG or PNG, you can also choose whether you want the image to appear as a link or embedded on the page. You may choose to change the necessary standard options, then click Submit to add your file to the content area. We've now looked at the two most common course menu items, tool links and content areas, and the two most common content types, items and files. So that's it for Part 3. See you soon for Part 4.